And good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome back to a bit more Star Trek Online. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, continuing through with our tutorial quests, and that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so let's talk to this nut.
The Tal'Shiar is advancing on our allies.
Good to see you, Until Von Kev, Flotilla of the New Roman Republic, to Tan to combat Sela and the Tal'Shiar. Unify the Romulan people. Okay. Quite the long history. So, Datan was also, if those of you who watched Next Generation, Datan was the guy who was sort of Spock's right-hand man. Dreams of Day. Yeah, was inspired by Ambassador Spock, who first began the movement. When he was a child, Spock was working on Romulus, and he was Datan's teacher. Yeah. What's your role? Commander of the fleet. Worked in intelligence of the Romulan military. Working alongside them. Yeah. Ready for what's next. Uniform and get it toward the flotilla. First assignment. However, we must decide joining us. Mark yourself with the enemy. Keep it as people. I'm in. Change the appearance. Uniforms, costume change, free modification. Alright, continue.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Alright, so let's get this going then.
Click here or press K to bring up your skill.
I'm going to get rid of those. So yes, we can get rid of skill points. Are my skills different in this character? No, it's exactly the same. Okay. So this is pretty easy, alright? We can upgrade some skills through here. Okay, so you have 15,360 skill points. Each of these is, I think, 1,000 skill points. Yeah, alright. So we want to do... let's say weapons training. Attack patterns is always useful. We want some shield emitters to go along with it. And this will boost our ground attack weapons. Okay. And then... there. Now we can also upgrade Kev's stuff too. Ah, he has Fire Will. That is a great ability. Ah, and I can't promote him yet. Alright, well, we'll upgrade his Photon Grenade for right now. Alright, so here's the thing about this. When you're over here, right, you can see how it says 15,000 out of 33,000? Well, that means that you have to have 33,000 points invested in Lieutenant skills to get to the next level, the Centurion level. And then you also have to actually be that rank, if I remember correctly. So this is our primary base, which means that it's... yeah, it's our primary base. It's Romulan. It's kind of, I think, the Romy equivalent of EFD, ESD, Earth Space Dock, which is cool. I actually really like the design of these Romulan ships, to be honest with you guys. Where am I going? It's the assignment officer. That's nice. Oh, door. Yes, door. Thank you. We're now in ground logistics, so cargo bay, basically. And I think this is the uniform. Ah, customized clothing. Alter your appearance or outlook. Alright, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. Why not customize the outfit? Okay, so let's modify. Body. Let's modify this stuff up. Oh, no. Uniform. There we go. So these ones here would normally cost points to do. So go with that. You can see that that's not actually costing me anything, which is nice. I like her without the belt. Boots. Yeah, I like her with that hairstyle. And it's not costing us anything. So I'm very, very happy with that. That looks good. Outfit saved. Exit. Alright. So that we look a little nicer. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So we now have to go up into space logistics. Alright, we'll come over here to customize our ship. Ship tailor. So we can make it look a little bit differently. Sure, give it a try. Customize the starship. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good to me. I mean, I don't like the design of those ships, but, you know, that's absolutely fine. Wait, speak with Titan? Okay, we'll talk with Titan. I like that. And that would be like saying, okay, go talk with the President of the Federation now. Oh. Observation deck. Ooh, shiny. Really gives you a sense of scale for these ships, too, by the way.
Hello again. Now that you're settling in, I wanted to speak with you about what our overall goals will be. First and foremost, we are looking for a new planet to call home. Tamar and his crew are handling that search. While the search continues, I am working on any possible alliances that we can make with the Federation.
Alright, if you guys want to read that, pause it now, because I'm skipping.
We're finding more by the day. Some have already joined us, but others I do not know. Our history of deception with both groups definitely does not help. The Tal'Shiar, however, will not attack the fleet for... Not yet. He and his crew have been assisting Romulan colonies throughout the region, and he has not been...
Sounds like we've got our orders. If you're ready, I can...
Alright, beam me back to the ship. So, yes. Alright, so they're kind of letting us off leash a little bit, I think. Ah, here we go. Contact. Hail Tamar. Oops.
We're counting on you.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
I'm not afraid of the Tal'Shiar.
Suliban Helix. Alright. So, what we also got was we got an item. Alright. That right there. Plasma Beam Array Mark II. So let's go to U for our stats. And we'll edit the Ganius. And we will drop that. Ooh, you're a beam arc weapon, aren't you? 130. Alright, so here's the issue I'm dealing with. Let's try it this way. I am usually a beam pilot. I will confess that I am almost always a beam pilot. Torpedoes and I don't get along. I mean, they're cool and all, but they just ain't my cup of tea, you know? Gosh, this thing is slow. Alright, so what are we doing? Oh, and a bridge officer. Okay, good. So your bridge officers not only serve as your crew, they also serve, like your command crew. They also give you abilities, but they also work with you on away team missions. And my god, this thing is slow. Oh my gosh. Shoot me. This thing takes forever to go anywhere. Of course, it's an old Romulan warbird, so I'm not overly surprised by that, but still, it's one of those like, really? Really, really? So yeah, rip out that torpedo. We go with another plasma array beam bank. You can see it has a nice, big, broad range. So the trick is that forward and rear facing beam banks are quite nice, actually. Basically, what they end up doing for you is that if you see they have a 250-degree firing arc, which means that if you have them on your front and rear arcs, you can just broadside and catch them within all of your beams. Whereas my cannons here have higher DPS, but they have a much more limited frontal arc. Now, I could go with dual beam banks on my bow, or cannons on my bow. I think the cannons actually only have like a 45-degree range. And this is from Star Trek Enterprise, because apparently the Star Trek writers don't want us to forget about that creation of theirs. Even though we wish they would.
We've arrived at the Helix, but we're not the only...
We see all.
Alright, so I think these specials, by the way, are driven by my Singularity Core. There we go. See, even an old ship like this can still do some damage. You don't want to get too close when that happens, by the way. You really don't.
Time has taken much from the Suliban.
On our way. So let's go to full impulse. Pick up the speed a little bit. Let's see what we have to do over here.
More Tal'Shiar have entered the system. Please, help us.
Cloaking engaged. Alright, so these are Tavaro light warbirds. It's not too shabby. Let's see. Now, Tovan's main ability here is useless because I don't have any torpedoes actually fitted to this baby. That's quite alright with me. I like the beam approach. It's easier to work with. The advantage of having a turret back there is it actually adds to my frontal DPS. But the downside is it's kind of a crappy weapon system. When we switch to mostly a beam ship, we'll look at that, but... And yes, I'm just enjoying having a cloaking device. That's really the whole point of this. So you can see there how my side beams are still firing. Alright, let's click that shield facing to reinforce it, by the way. Click at the center just to rebalance. There we go. Cut out. Got him. Alright, now, if I know the devs well, what's going to happen when I hit the second arm is that another whole set of the darn things are going to pop in on me. Because I know the devs. Well, not personally, but I know them well enough for this. Oh, you guys understand it. So, you guys know I usually like to do 20 to 30 minute episodes. You guys know I like to do 20, 30-minute episodes. The only issue we're going to run into here is that I'm not certain how long these missions are supposed to last. If they end up lining up, then that's great.
More Tal'Shiar ships are entering the area.
Oof. Alright, we're just going to have to engage these guys the old-fashioned way. Dogfight! Now, if I have to get out of here in a hurry... what I can do is I can hit evasive maneuvers. Yes, so beams... I have found that pure beam fits are usually more effective than any other fit in this game. Unless you're flying a dedicated torque boat. You don't really want to split... Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, rebalance shields. Ow. You really don't want to split, because torpedoes, to make them effective, require a fair number of skill points. And those skill points are much better spent on making your beam weapons even better. So that's kind of what I've learned so far. Understand, I was still in the process of gearing myself up for level 50, so that's kind of... So take everything I say with a grain of salt. That, you know, torpedoes may be incredibly effective if used properly, and I've just never figured out how to use it properly. The basic thing with torpedoes is that torpedoes don't do much damage against shields, alright? They only do their full listed damage against an opponent's hull. Now, if you can catch their hull, right? If you can get their hull, that's great. But now watch what happens of fighting this guy, right? So now I've knocked through shields on that side, but I'm going to lose contact there. See how he has a sliver of shields now? That will stop a torpedo just as if he had full shields on that side. Okay, it's a little issue that they're having, and yeah, like that again. So the shields will flicker because they regenerate, and your damage isn't constant, your damage is coming in bursts. So you want to watch out for that, and that makes torp boats kind of difficult. Because torp boats aren't like beam weapons where you just fire and they do whatever. This is going to hurt. Yeah, we got pushed a little bit. Torpedoes take time to transit to their target. Alright.
I wish I could do more to help.
I'm not sure I want to leave.
You'll be safe up to 10. Sure. I'm gonna get myself a science officer. Woo!
All the refugees are aboard. There's more trouble. The Tal'Shiar
Our empire will rise again.
Morlock.
I recommend using our cloaking device to get close enough for a sneak attack.
Alright, defeat the Koval. I'm gonna close on this thing and be going, wait, but that's a what? It's probably a Dideridex, come to think of it. No, I think that's one of the new ones. It looks like one of the new warbirds that we see in the end. We saw in Nemesis. Alright, so we're going to get right up her tailpipe. Actually, let's hit her from the side. Ooh, I got through her shields. Where I said I have those side-facing beams. Alright, so see how she only did very little damage to my actual hull there? Okay, I could use one of those science officers right about now. Don't forget to keep rebalancing your shields. There are ways to set that to auto hotkey. Alright, we're almost there. Ha! You're done. How do you feel getting killed by an ancient warbird? Nice.
Cayenne closed the channel. He's right. They'll be lucky if the Tal'Shiar let them live. We should leave and report back to Tamer.
And warp out. Awesome. Okay, so now to get into something more about STO. Hail for orders. There we go.
We're counting on you.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Craterus. Pull them in. Okay, good. And then we get probably an engineering officer. Yeah, engineering bridge officer.
I have new orders for you.
Okay, so. Awesome. That's amazing. Alright, so. Go to ship status, right? You see we have these consoles, science, tactical, and engineering. Alright, let me put something out first and foremost. You also have bridge stations. Bridge stations and consoles aren't the same thing. Okay. You may have 4 engineering consoles and only 3 bridge engineers. Bridge technicians. Bridge engineers. So you can see I have an ensign tactical, ensign engineering, and ensign science. That means that they can be up to ensign rank, or if they're higher than that, they can only use their abilities up to ensign. So Satra has already been put in my science station with her hazard emitters 1. Oh, it's a healing ability. That's not too bad. Hazard emitters 1, I like that. Not quite the DPS one that I wanted, but that's okay. Alright, and we got a new torpedo. So now what we could do... And a new shield emitter for the ship, too. And... yeah, that's... we can just chuck that into our console slot because there's nothing else we can do with it, really. Okay, so we can pull this down to here. That can go in devices, this can go in devices. That can get pulled down. And do I want to put that on there? I mean, I could put... I could trade out the beam bank for it. You know, let's hold on to it for now. But let's go back to my personal stats, and I can give myself some armor. And some shields. And we can kick back over into our replicator. And this is all standard issue stuff, so it doesn't actually give us anything. Awesome. Okay, so on that note, guys, this has been an episode of Star Trek Online. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe. In the next episode, we're going to Craterus. Alright, see you in the next episode, guys.